Good afternoon. It is Tuesday afternoon, and if you're watching, I'm glad you're here. And if you're not watching, you're watching later. I'm glad you're watching later, and you could be here. My name's Bill. I'm here in Colorado on the Front Range, and just in case you're wondering, we're having a terrible winter. And by terrible, I mean there's no snow. It's 50, 55, sometimes 60 degrees out every day. And if you live in Colorado, it's a little bit frustrating, and even in the mountains. I'm in the Front Range, but even in the mountains, they're not getting the snow that we need. We need good snowpack in order to have good summers as far as water, and so it's just kind of rough. But other than that, I mean, if you like mild weather for a winter, then it's absolutely fantastic. But today, as we're looking at just straight talk about YouTube, I thought I'd go through 10 common questions, specific questions for new or even older YouTubers that are thinking, and older, I mean by age. You're saying, well, I don't want to do this because, and I'm not sure of this. And excuse me for a second, I have got an itchy nose, so excuse me. Gotta love live. So I thought I'd go through 10 common questions that people who may not be talking about, who may not have a YouTube, but they're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or they're thinking I could never do something like that. Well, yes, you can, and you should. So 10 common questions, that's what I'm going to hit today. Now, if you happen to have a question that's not one of the 10 common questions, just put it in the chat. That'd be fantastic if you did that, and then I could actually answer an actual question from an actual person. But in watching all of the different, a lot of different channels and listening to a lot of different YouTubers about this, these are some of the common questions. I've got 10 of them, and I'll give you some answers for it. So question number 1, is it weird to start a YouTube channel when my kids use it more than I do? Right off the bat, it just sounds like a weird question, but it's also kind of a quiet insecurity in yourself. If you're asking this question, you're saying, I kind of feel out of place, or I kind of feel too old for the platform. It's amazing what type of people and the number of people of all ages are on the platform. If you think it's that, your kids use it more than you do, okay, that's fine. What are they watching? Are they watching people that are gaming? Are they watching gaming platform videos? Are they learning something? Are they watching music videos? Or are they just listening to music in the background all on YouTube? Or did they actually have a question that they actually wanted to ask? And they asked it. And a lot of YouTube is, how do I do this? Kind of a deal. So my thought on this is, you know so much more than they do. You do. I understand when a kid turns 13 or 14, they know everything. Absolutely everything. And you know nothing, despite the fact that you brought them into the world to start with, and you knew how that happened. But you know so much more than they do. You have so much more life experience. And a rule of thumb when you're starting a YouTube channel, or you're starting anything, just a simple rule of thumb is this: find a need and meet that need. And that's what a lot of YouTube is. I don't know how to change a tire. Well, go to a YouTube video and it shows you how to change a tire. So you've got that, which is kind of cool. It's right there waiting for you. With that in mind, so that's number 1 question. And it kind of goes back to, am I too old? You're not too old. You're never too old. Another question. I'm going through 10 of these, and then at the end of the 10, I'm just going to give you an idea of the possibilities and my general stupidity of spending too much money on stuff. Actually, it's a progression of spending money on cameras, but I'm going to get to that. The second question that a lot of new YouTubers have or thinking about having YouTube is, how do I talk to a camera without feeling like a fool? Well, here I am, alone in an office. There's nobody in the house. There's a dog outside my door. Our dog, she's actually 13 years old today. Her name's Ziggy. She's 13 years old today, which is it's a milestone for her, obviously. And her health is starting to fail, but she is a great dog. Anyway, how do I talk to a camera without feeling like a fool? Again, this is a mindset. This is a self-conscious mindset thing. And you're kind of unsure about how you're going to sound naturally or how you're going to come across as confidence. And I'm going to tell you, it's sometimes weird, but I know for a fact that there's somebody else on the other side of the camera, and that's you. So with that in mind, here's what I want you to do. Just practice. Just practice talking to the camera. Practice talking alone. If you want to start there, even if you're taking a walk, talk to yourself out loud. The neighbors will think you're gone crazy. Let them think that. They probably already do. Not judging. I don't know who you are. But practice. Envision talking to one person. When I'm talking like this, I don't think I'm talking to a massive crowd. I've spoken to thousands of people from a platform, and I've spoken to one person at a coffee shop. Think about talking to one person at a coffee shop, a good friend who's generally interested in your topic. That's important. So how do you talk to a camera without feeling like a fool? Well, have a little bit of self-confidence in yourself. You do not sound like a fool. When you talk about something that you're knowledgeable about, you can talk for a really long time. It's amazing how long you can talk. When you get a person talking about something that they know a lot about and they want to share that, it just kind of comes out. You know it does. And it's probably going to be the same for you. But it's getting over the idea of being self-conscious. Just get over that. Just talk to your friend. Look at the camera. Know that your friend is right there and talk to your friend. And that friend is saying, hey, I want to hear what you have to say. And I'm right there with you. So think about it in that regard. Third question, do I need to show my face in every video? Now, this is a common hesitation. And again, this is kind of like, do I want to show my face? Not necessarily. Excuse me. Not necessarily. Now, if you're doing, if you want to make videos that are voiceover videos, then your face isn't being shown. If you want to hide behind tutorials, like you're just sharing your screen and you're talking. I know one guy that is amazingly successful on YouTube. I believe well over 1 million viewers. All he talks about is iPhone updates. That's it. But a lot of people are interested in it, and he does it in a very good way, and I've never seen his face. So there's a way to do it and be very successful at it, depending upon what you're doing. So do you need to show your face in every video? No. However, I challenge you to get comfortable being you and sharing your message. And by doing that, you're sharing your face. I know many times it's a talking head video. I get it. It's a talking head video. So, my opinion, people want to get to know you. Not what you're trying to sell them, not what you're trying to share with them. A lot of people want to know you before you, and seeing your face will help with that an awful lot. They want to know you and get to know you and your personality a little bit. Excuse me. And then they'll start to trust you. But yeah, I mean, especially if you start on YouTube, you want to start, my opinion is, you want to start with a personal brand. And that brand is you. I'm a big advocate of this book. You Are the Brand. I even like the color of the book because it goes with my t-shirt. You Are the Brand. That's by Mike Kim. So, do you need to show your face? No. Will it help in growing your YouTube? Yes. Oh, I'm having some fun today between my throat and my nose. I'm prepping and my throat. Excuse me. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I can use this as an excuse not to go online and not to go live at all because of my reactive airway. I'm not going to let it stop me. I apologize if it bothers you a little bit. You're not going to catch anything through the microphone. Good to know. Fourth question. Can I grow a channel if I'm not on TikTok or Instagram too? Yeah, you can. I mean, it's one thing to do a YouTube channel and to think, oh man, I got to get on TikTok as well. I got to get on Instagram as well. I got to get on Facebook as well. I got to get on the X platform as well. I got to get on all of these different things and show your face out there. And will it help? I guess it will. Sure, it'll help. But I'm not on any of those. I'm not on TikTok. Excuse me. I'm not on TikTok. I watch a few things on some of the others. I'm on Instagram, but I haven't posted anything in well over a year. I've focused on one thing. I focused on YouTube because I believe this has the best chance at long-term success. I just don't want to go in and make a splash. TikTok, oh my goodness, you can see 50 different people in 3 minutes scrolling through there. And is it making an impact? Not really. Not really. Some of them, maybe. Oh, my throat is just pray that my throat hangs in there through this. But you don't have to be on any platform but YouTube if you're going to grow a YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I'd say concentrate on YouTube first before anything else. Get yourself settled on YouTube before anything else. Remember, TikTok has a different focus than YouTube. TikTok has a different focus than Instagram. Instagram has a different focus, believe it or not, than Facebook, and they're owned by the same overarching company, Meta. So there's different focuses, but don't spread yourself thin. Focus on the one thing that you want to, the one thing and the one message that you have to share, and work at it from that angle. So yeah, you can grow a channel without being on TikTok or Instagram or anything else. 5, what if I post a video and get 0 likes and comments? Join the club. I still have some videos that I've put out in the past 4 months that have less than 10 views. What do? I just make another video and hope that it goes a little better than the previous video. But saying that is that there's a fear of putting yourself out there and being ignored. Nobody likes to be ignored. Nobody. So yeah, join the club. Everybody has started by putting out videos that get 0 views, 0 likes, 0 comments. You just keep moving on. Remember, this is a long game. YouTube is a long game. It's not a short game. It's not a quick success thing. And it's not going to get up on YouTube and get monetized in 3 months and be making a full-time living on YouTube in 6 months. It's not going to happen. It could happen, but no, let's just be honest. It's a long game. It's not going to happen. So that answers that real quick. If you post a video and get 0 likes, 0 views, 0 comments, you can do 2 things. You can just keep going or you can quit. I suggest you keep going because it's going to happen. And it's okay. You just make the next one just a little better. Just saying. Question number 6 of 10. How do I make content without looking like I'm trying too hard? Do I look like I'm trying too hard? Sometimes I do try too hard, and I'm actually trying too hard at the end of this video by just showing a little bit about the different cameras. But that's just a sideline to this. People are we worry about, am I coming across as too cringy, or do I come across as too inauthentic? Now, I'm going to tell you this, and you know this. Reality TV is not reality. Anybody that's put in front of a camera, they're acting different than they are when absolutely nobody's watching. It's human nature. We act differently as soon as we know we're on a camera. And so it's practice. You just have to learn to relax. It takes time. It takes practice. It's me just talking to a camera and not being afraid to cough. Like I could control the fact that I'm going to cough every now and then or sneeze or something like that. But how do I make content without looking like I'm trying too hard? You just start and you just do it. And you'll get better over time. You'll get relaxed over time. Doing something for the very first time, you're naturally nervous. First time driving a car, you were nervous. First time in an airplane, probably a little bit nervous. But it just gets better over time. And so it just takes practice. And the whole idea of practicing is making a video, then making another video, making another video, and another video, and another video. And it just goes on down the line. So how do you make content without looking like I'm trying too hard? Again, it's a perception issue on your part. Stop worrying so much and just get out there. And don't worry about making mistakes because you're going to make them. Just like I have. Just like I will. But I keep on going, and so will you. Question number 7, is it okay to just use iMovie and not a lot of fancy tools that other people talk about? This has to do with the idea of tech anxiety. Do I need this? Do I need that? Do I need this? What kind of camera do I need? What kind of software do I need? If you have an iPhone and iMovie is already on it, you can make a video, you can edit it in iMovie, you can upload it and start your channel just like that. And if you already have a phone, you're already halfway there. But again, this is a tech anxiety issue. Keep the idea that simplicity is enough. You can start with next to nothing. So use what you currently have. The end result is the point, not what you have. No one's going to watch a great video about you and then you're going to think back and say, well, I wonder what kind of camera he's using. I doubt that you're going to think, what kind of camera is Bill using? What kind of camera is he using? Does it really matter? The point is that you want to help somebody and you want to answer their questions, answer their problems, give them a chance to see light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and to move forward and to help get their message out there, which is kind of what I'm doing. So is it okay to just use the free stuff at the front end? Absolutely. Use what you got, but start. Don't make it an excuse not to start. I speak from personal experience. Question number 8. What if my voice sounds weird or my background isn't perfect? Well, my background isn't perfect. It's not. It's where it is. In my back of my mind, I'm thinking I need a little more light back there. It's too dark, yada, yada, all those things. And that's just me. Personal appearance and production value fears can block uploads. And how we sound, I remember years and years ago, your first time recording your voice onto a cassette tape recorder and then listening to it and you're saying, that don't sound like me. That does not sound like me. And maybe it sounds like you to other people, but you're hearing it in a different way, so to speak. What you really want to say is, if my voice sounds weird or my background isn't perfect, my answer really is, so what? Work at it over time. I know that I use filler words way too much. I'm trying to avoid that more and more. And my voice is going to change. My voice is a little raspy right now because it's sore, because it's just the season that I'm in, and it's going to sound different. But we're always going to sound different than we think we sound. And as far as your background is concerned, I've tried just about everything. I've tried green screen. I've tried foldable backdrops where I could just unfold something and put some planters on little shelves that come with the fold out, and it looked terrible. But I've kept trying everything until I finally said, my bookcase and a few lights, I'm good. That's where we are. That's where I am right now with that. So you just use what you got. Now, I wouldn't use a junky garage as your backdrop unless you're talking about fixing cars or organizing garages, which is something that I get to do sometime really, really soon. That's another story. So if your voice sounds weird, your background isn't perfect, you just work at it over time. You just get better. Let your voice be your voice. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't try to sound like somebody else. Now, if you've caught my accent, some say, well, you're from northern Minnesota there, eh? And I'm not. I'm Canadian. So when I say out and about, it sounds different. Now, I've been in the States since 1980. I've been in the States for 46 years. Yeah. And the accent isn't going away. So can I hide it? I don't even try. It's just part of me. Let's go on. Question number 9. What should I do if people I know find my channel? Oof. Fear of being judged by my friends, my family, my coworkers. What if you go into work and they say, oh, I saw you on YouTube. You've got a channel. Are you kidding me? Well, do you have a fear of being judged by other people? My thought is if you start a YouTube channel, to be honest with you, I wouldn't tell anybody. It's none of their business. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, you better want to do it yourself. And realize this, maybe what you're talking about has absolutely nothing to do. They're not interested in what you're talking about at all. And that's okay. You're just not part of their their niche. So do nothing different. This is your channel. And to be honest, I wouldn't tell them unless I find out and then say, yeah, I do it. I enjoy it. I like it. And own it. And if they don't like it or if they want to be critical, let them be critical. Fine. Let them have their opinion. Everybody's got an opinion, don't we know? Number 10, 10th question. Do I have to pick a niche? Excuse me. Do I have to pick a niche right away, or can I just figure it out as I go? Now, this is a very real question from people that are afraid to get it wrong. Well, you're not going to get it wrong. It's okay. You won't get it wrong. So settle that. Look at it this way. Start by picking a sport. Now, I'm just talking like as a metaphor. You start by picking a sport. Let's pick baseball. So baseball is your very broad niche. But in baseball, there's 9 positions on the field. So you try all the positions. You try pitching. You suck at pitching. So don't do pitching anymore. You try outfield. You try third base. You try shortstop. You try all of these different things. You try catcher. And you found out that, hey, you know what? I'm pretty good at being a catcher. And then you start into the nuances of being a catcher. Well, a catcher wears a special mitt. Catcher stands a certain way. Catcher has to field balls a certain way. Catcher has to catch really fast balls that come at them really fast, and they want to be able to catch it. And they have to wear different equipment than everybody else on the team. And you start general baseball, and you work your way down to your niche. And then you start answering questions about your very specific niche. The last thing you want is a shortstop telling catchers how to be catchers. And in the same way that shortstops don't want catchers to tell shortstops how to be shortstops, even if you think you may know. So you have to pick a niche right away. Pick a broad topic, the one that you really love, and then work down into something very specific that you know a whole lot about. And it will come over time. But the big thing is if you're a football fan, don't pick baseball as your niche. Better go in the football category. You know where I'm going? Catching me on this? Good. I'm glad. So those are 10 questions. Thought I'd share those. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hard pivot to something completely different and just show you a progression of some cameras that I've got. And I think I've got all the cameras, and I think they're all still working. But I actually have all 4 of them set up. So you tell me which one is better. Please understand that this one is the one I have the lighting set up for. I have the lighting set up for me looking right here, like this. So I have the lighting set up this way. With that in mind, the lighting is going to be different for the other 3 cameras because I have them in 4 different points. So I got front, behind me over here, this side, and they're 4 completely different cameras. And let me see if I can just show you this. So obviously the one on your left is me with the main camera. And the main camera is a Sony A9100, I believe it is. It's been a long time since it's been there for 2 or 3 years. When I bought it, it was already discontinued from Sony. But it's a digital camera. It's a pretty good one. It's got a good, good stock lens on it. No fancy lens, but a good stock lens. And this is the main one that I use. Boom, right there. This one is an Elgato face cam that I've had for about 4 or 5 years. Yeah. But you see the lighting is different and the resolution is a little bit different. And partly because of the light. So those are 2 cameras, but you can see the difference. If this one were here, you'd get a slightly different output. Now, we're going to go to 3 cameras. The third camera is back here. I can't see what I look like on the screen, but I'm looking at the camera, so I must be right there. And that is the first webcam that I bought. That is a Logitech C922. That's what that is. So those are the 3 cameras. Now, I do have a 4th camera, and it's right over here. Yeah, I actually see it. How do I point to it there? point to it. There. And that's my iPhone. It's an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it gives a scene that looks like this. There it is. So this is set up as a continuity camera going through the software in my computer. So this is the only one that's not hooked up. All the others are wired in. This is the only one that's not wired in, which makes it the least stable. But it's an iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is kind of cool. I don't upgrade phones. I do it every 3 or 4 years, if that. So I got this one when it came out, and the one before that was 3 or 4 decisions ago, iterations ago. But so there's the 4, and there's the 4, and you see the lighting shows you differently. Now looking at this one here, hang on. If I go here and give you the C922, then you see my camera setup. You can't see this camera because there's a teleprompter. But my 2 screens, my Stream Deck. This is an iPad over here. So, and if you're wondering about the box over there in the corner, right back here, that's actually the modem. Modem? It's where the Wi-Fi comes from. And I have it sitting there because it's general to the whole house, but I'm hardwired into my computer. So I don't have to worry about the idea of losing Wi-Fi trying to live stream. And that's where that goes. I think this will. Don't want that one. I want this one. Oh, I just need to go back. So there's the C922. There's a full shot of my iPhone. There's a full shot of the face cam. See the rest of my office there. And then back to the Sony. And the first one I bought was the Logitech C922. That's got to be 10 years old. The phone you already know. The webcam that I bought as an upgrade to the C922 is got a face cam. And they've got a couple of newer iterations of that one, because I've had that one 4 or 5 years, and then this one. And the gear acquisition syndrome that I have thinks I have to replace this one, but I really don't. I don't. And all you really need is what you already own, which is this one right here. You already own one. You already own a smartphone that has a camera on it. Doesn't have to be an iPhone, but if all phones these days have a camera on it, and that's all you really need to get started. That's it. All you really need. Just press play. With that in mind, I'm going to let you go. If you have any comments, drop them in. I would appreciate it. A couple of things. Hey, if you watch this, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Helps the channel out. And it'll take forever for that thing to get off the screen. It will. It'll sit there forever. I'll just wait. There we go. And if you really liked what I was sharing, and I appreciate it, you could buy me a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/BillM.co. And I would have a cup of coffee on you, and I would appreciate it. Helps keep the channel going. Other than that, I think I can go to the next scene now. And we'll see you next week, 2 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 4 o'clock Eastern. Again, my name's Bill. Like, subscribe, and I do want you to make yourself a home on YouTube.